Oh baby, I'm your pretty lady. From last year me feel butterflies. You better love me tonight. Oh yeah, I see devotion in eyes. You better make the wife. Oh yeah, you enchanting and full of vibes. So baby, love me for life. Oh, from last year me feel butterflies. You better love me tonight. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the Pineal Portal 369. I am your scientist, your resilient educator. I am your urban and community scientist, the youth mentor. I am your transdisciplinary practitioner, the CMAS man. A formal welcome to my IG family. It's been a while, and I must formally welcome you to my portal. Yes, I've been playing some other lineage music, a new other lineage at that. CMAS for life, big up yourself every time. My brother, you must give thanks. Natoya, welcome. Yes, you're with the Pineal room. And over here, we do everything natural, healthy, sustainable to build resiliency in anything that we're doing. Alright? And for the past 6 years, I've been building the Pineal room to show you an example of what it means to build a system. The important pieces, the columns, and importantly to let you know that systems start here. You build here first. This is why I spent 20 plus years educating myself from that elementary level to the PhD level. So when I talk, people sit still and listen to a teacher. It's not like the regular teachers or the regular people who gone to school and said, oh, school doesn't work. It doesn't work like that with me. I apply everything I teach in school as a teacher, and I learn in school as a student. I apply it to my life, and whenever I do work for the community, I apply same knowledge. You see? So I won't be one of those persons who gone through the school system to come back to say school did not work. I am the one that will neutralize every one of those individuals. You can't go through school like a Johnny cake, come out like a dumpling, and think that it is the fault of the school and the teacher. You have a responsibility to pay attention, to keep focus, and heighten your interest in a particular area. And most youth who have gone to school waste time. Don't know what the reason why they gone to school. So they're out here now, all they can do is loop into entertainment. They are all entertainers, comedians, and crime producers. This is what I've been seeing from the turn of 2000. And a PhD like myself, they act like they don't acknowledge that the brightest light is in the community. A light that will even neutralize all of these noise out here. So I come once and for all to you. It's done. The urban eco-master, Dr. Covell McDermott, is here to neutralize every noise. It's not about money, vanity, vehicle. It's about knowledge, enlightenment. 6 years they can't move me all now. Everybody tried to vaccinate me. They tried to break family, tried to stop the degree. None could do that. You see, none can stop me because it's this. I'll go homeless and I still move everything off the timeline. I'll go broke, still move everything off the timeline because it's this. And every time I talk, thousands gather around to listen to this mind. This is what I've been seeing since 2020. When everybody gone into lockdown, I was the most powerful voice in the United States. Not only that, I am the scientist who left academia, the lab, to the street. And I gone across the United States and met some of the most powerful men that I've known since childhood. those in the military, those who are FBI, every level that I have them, I met them and give them a talk. I am coming with full force. Support what I'm doing, or else everybody will be a victim to my teaching. It's simple as that. Mass distribution. Keep the focus, my brother. You did some great work for me, and I'm extremely grateful. People love the I call them the Golden Domers. Yeah, the Golden Dome. Great work, my brother. We can still do things. I love them, and people love them. And everybody that I've sold this to, thank you very much. It means a lot to me. When you put on this thing, it tells me that you choose my side, the side of knowledge. I'll reign for another 100 years on the timeline, speaking my knowledge from toddler to the top of the academic ladder. Neutralize the noise. This is where you start to support if you want to be on the side of Papa Scala, Dr. McDermott, the Urban Ecomaster, the CMAS man. Everybody else a noise. You must be able to express real knowledge this time around. So this thing, Mas, thank you very much. Great work. I love them. I'm very particular with who I sell them to. It's not every head will wear this thing. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. People who do real work in them life, real work in the community, real work on themselves. They go up there and them help children, them help the needy. People who are living a real life, not a fake lifestyle. You have done a great work for me in putting this thing together. A great connection as well. People like you I will continue to build with. I can't do the noise and people who act like they don't recognize real light. I'm that powerful person, man. I'm from 2000. I'm taking people off the timeline. Teachers and students alike. With this mind that nobody wants to talk about. So now I show you how I earn through the internet. How I make millions through the internet. With knowledge. You see that video that I did with Kalalu? Thousands of women come to me. That's real knowledge right there. Nobody else on the planet cannot repeat that. Nobody cannot refute that. True knowledge is really supreme, you know. That's the mindset that I've been in academia with since 2000. Purging every mind and every space that I've gone to. From the high school to the college called Case, to UWI Mona, University of Delaware, Delaware State University, everything. Like I tell you, whether you're Indian, you face my wrath. Whether you're white, you face my light. Whether you're black, me ruff a couple feathers a lot. And reign supreme until today. Nobody wants to talk about the real thing. You're telling me that school doesn't work? I'm going to show you how school works. Right here, sir. I am the definition of school that works. I am the Golden Dome. A man who sat and wrote more than 500 exams and have more than 480 A's. And the balance is A minus and a few B's and a few C's. I've done my work deliberately. All when you see me at the dance hall, I run up and down. I wine pan girl. Me I score A's right through because this day will come when me show you what is really progress and success. A man with an enlightened dome. Take on your prime ministers. Take on any pope on the planet. They can only do one thing. Try to challenge a light. Touch this light and a generation cripple forever. Suffocate and neutralize forever. I'm built by God. No mother can claim my greatness. No father can do it. Nobody can do it. They all saw me on a journey. And nobody recognized my light. I just hang around until it's time to shift. That's 2020. When you take vaccine, when you went down for COVID-19, I rise Covel 33. I am the timeline. I walk a path like Jesus Christ did. Yes, man, a born in danger. Outrageous, Falkland. I don't want nobody tell me about badness. For many, many years, I never tell people where I'm from because I just want to maintain a level of balance. I'm from the wildest place in Jamaica, Outrageous, Falkland. My own place. Barnland. My family them there. My family them there, Steer Town. The whole of them place there, Pineapple. The whole of them place there. Alright, that's on my ground. I just go through, I'm in a talk. We just don't say nothing. You get me? But we do that little badness part in the street already. That's why I say everybody who know me until 13, I'm not that person anymore. That was a ruthless person. Those days, you were peeing bed. You have no clue who was this man right here. When I was 13, I stopped doing certain things. I leveled up my game after 13, practically 15. After I got into a fight with the vice principal at Orkabesa High School, the one they call Mr. Gopi, I neutralized him off the timeline, put him aside because they are abusers. They are not teachers, abusers. After that, I turn a new page. This is why you saw me becoming peer counselor, student counselor, prefect, and eventually the head boy of the institution. It was a shift. It was a paradigm shift. It happened in 2003. After a terrible fight with a vice principal, the brightest boy in the grade 9 faced off with a vice principal for no reason at all. Just a principal trying to break a student, bully a student into submission, like they always do. I was just a student, but I have a big heart. As a result of that issue, as a result of that issue, the Orkabesa High School failed to acknowledge my academic accomplishment to this day. And after 25 years, I am the only student that gone through the institution to become a PhD and dominate locally and internationally. I'm always number one. You can show me another one on the timeline. Anybody out here so ever do anything throughout them life for 20 years and always be number one? I live that life in academia. I am the golden boy at every institution that I'm gone to. I'd never talk about it. I never talk about these things, and I could do this. I could talk about my accomplishment and said I don't want to be around these type of men, these type of boys, these type of women. I never do that. I did everything that these guys were doing, and not one day they would acknowledge my doom. Not one day they would acknowledge my light. The timeline split, separate. Now I teach from a higher place. I don't need no material stuff. I need the dome, the spiritual dome, and the gut of wisdom. I'm rebranding the Pineal Room Infinite Healing Light. After 6 years in the community, it was March 25, 2020, when the US announced that the COVID virus is a pandemic, is an epidemic in the US, and the US will shut down. It was the 25th of March. In 2020, I was on campus with my friends discussing about this virus. And just because I said I will not catch the virus, the friends that I had at the time all felt some type of way negative towards my statement. I just proclaim I will not catch the virus. The white guys got upset, the black guys got upset, the Chinese guys got upset, the Indian guys, everybody got irritated when I said I will not catch the virus. I never ever expect something like this would have happened in my life. I just said something, I will not catch the virus. And all my friends on campus begin to separate. Spirit begins to talk to me now clearly that something sinister was going on. and it is time to do spirit work. Yes. Much anonymous distribution. We have nothing but clean heart, high vibrational love. We always help everybody that we've been around. Everybody we've been around, we try to help them. They don't even know who I am. They just saw me come around them. I spent 10 years here, 5 years there, 2 years there, 3 years there. They don't acknowledge real light. And from I'm 6 years old, I'm teaching grown men how to spell them name. I'm teaching the youth around me how to do mathematics. By the time I reach 8 years old, I was the one of the students who bring Gale Primary School to a maths competition. Very tender age. I don't even know what I was doing. My greatness. Everybody around me undermine. I am the first student to pass CXC mathematics, CXC chemistry at the high school level. At my high school, the first student to do all of that. And they do not acknowledge my work, my accomplishment. I've created a path for my own self long before they have a program called Path. You see? But people will trick you out of your walk if you have not discovered your path. But because I discovered my path very early, I was already walking. I know where I was going. Along the journey, nobody could tell me how to move, how to walk, how to study, what to see. Nobody could do it. They just see me turn up and I mash up the exams. That's all they have been seeing from primary to the university level. That's all they see. I turn up, I deliver. That's all they've been seeing. Only thing, at the PhD level, my supervisor told me for real, Covell, you're a genius. You're very different. You're special. And not only that, you can go through fire, rain, drought, everything and still perform. They told me these things. I'm different. I'm built different. You see, while I was writing my PhD, I was running 2 non-profit organizations and they were international in Jamaica. I was building a family, had 2 daughters and a wife at the time. I was building a family, writing a PhD, and I was working for my supervisor, doing her research just the same. And I was managing about 6 different undergrad students. Guess what? I was still in the streets. I was in Philadelphia, Wilmington, Newark, Delaware, into Dover. Sometimes I was in New York. Sometimes I was in Maryland. Sometimes I was in Florida, North Carolina. I've been around the places at the same time. Balancing my stuff, achieving my goals. People watch me, and people who have integrity call me one side and tell me I'm built different. I can endure the stress. I can hold out, very tolerant to certain things, but I'm not invincible. I'm flesh too. I sleep, I get tired, I consume energy, food, I take medicine, I take supplement. I'm human too. So in 2020, I broke. My heart broke, my mind broke, and even my sexual energy broke. Yeah. I went down in 2020. A matter of fact, I died in 2020. The person that these people out here think they know, that man died in 2020. This is why you get what you're getting. No matter how close you think you get to me, you don't know me. That man, gone. This is the rebirth of the soul. Full truth. Nothing else. If you're a punk, you're a punk on the timeline. You're a great man, you're a great man. If you're a diamond goddess, you're a diamond goddess. If you're a Papi Shore Jezebel, there's just one. I'm the teacher. I have observed you all. I don't earn from you people either. You don't feed light. You all have children and I don't get them to teach. I don't get them to mentor. None of that sort of thing. You see? So I have to repackage, rebrand, reposition myself. And the universe is speaking to me now. It is showing me that my energy is creating ripples out there. Yeah. Ripples from my phone just speaking. Ripples since 2020. Prime Minister watching me. Presidents watching me. My professors watching me. Students watching me in this dark web as I continue to drift and shift and create whatever reality I'm creating. I don't know where I'm going, but I keep going. That's important to me. Keep going. Never get stagnated. You see? And I use light, knowledge to fuel me. You see? And my drive comes from my father's death. 2000. My father was murdered. Not one of my friends ever asked me, who is your father? Not one of these guys you see me drift with over the years never asked me, who is your father? They don't even ask me, who is my mother? Just people who saw me in Gale with my mother are only those people who, no mother. But people don't really ask you nothing about you. They ask me nothing about me. They just watch me come around. Nobody try to tap into my mind, try to help me nourish this thing called my brain. They saw my abilities. You see? They realized that I have abilities, man. I wasn't just hanging around. I have abilities. I could do things. Nobody want to fertilize it and said this can be a good tree for the community. Yes, it can produce good fruits to feed the youths. Nobody want to do that. People who come around parasitizing my energy, not trying to water this fucking brain or fertilize it. I watch, and then after some point, you gotta clean up your energy. You gotta separate. I saw it in 2018, I saw it 2019. 2020 was enough. I've been weeping from 2017. Weeping in 2018. Weeping in 2019. The world has to cry when I cry. I proved that to myself. And God showed that to me in 2020 at my weakest because of people around me who didn't belong in my circle. It has nothing to do with me. I just entertain the wrong energies because I am that Libra man who wants balance, who wants peace, who wants everybody to thrive. I'm trying to help everybody except myself. And none of these people said, hey, he's not even trying to help himself. Let me try to catch him. Yeah. So 2020, I died in 2020. I lost everything. I did not lose anything in 2026. I lost everything in 2020. What you are seeing is the rebranding of the soul, because I'm on soul contract now. I'm not on job contract, 3D contract. I'm on soul contract. Anything I do in the 3D realm must be in alignment with my soul calling, must be in alignment with my truth, must be in alignment with my path. And long before today, that's how I move. You get me? So that's the man moving forward. He will use his CXCs, his GSAT, he will use his associate degree, he will use his bachelor's, his master's, his PhD, his postdoctoral experience to teach his community, teach the country where he's from, teach the country in which he's at, teach across the states. I will teach, I will edify, I will enlighten, I will educate. And particularly my focus will be on the younger people, people that are 29, 30 downwards. I gotta try to reach everything from 5-year-old right to 30 years old. We gotta shift the paradigm. We can't depend no longer on people above 30. By the time you pull up your head at 30 and you realize that you're not walking your path, you're going to be in nothing but chaos. And most of us not walking the spinal path, nor the Jacob's ladder, You're not walking not even the Christ path. What's your right to passage? We have not been consciously walking. We're copying each other and copying from everybody. This is why Jamaica is filled with nothing but entertainers. And it is all entertainment. They will never value a PhD from the ghetto. Not one artist will put into a song that we gave birth to a PhD from the ghetto. They don't even know what is a PhD. So you cannot look to artists, entertainers, for real true knowledge where you can move forward into the world to work into a research lab or take up a professor position or go into the court as a lawyer or a judge. Artists will not get you to that level. These people don't put into their music substance where you will be activated to go pursue real goals. Our communities need real lawyers, real doctors, real scientists, real cooks, real gardeners, real pilots. We can't just be out here as entertainers and everybody out here just eating nasty, living nasty and complaining about politicians when your own home is a mess. I've gone right across the United States and test man, test women, test them all. And all they want to do is to loop me into their low frequency lifestyle instead of recognizing a PhD, recognizing a scientist, recognizing a community activist, recognizing somebody who does the work and have the real results. Everybody cap when I look into their face. They capping. Big up yourself again, mass distribution. They ain't real people. They don't live into their power. They're not healthy. They're not balanced. You have not accomplished anything truthfully in your life. It's from I was 6 years old, I'm dominating academia. And I dominate every mind that I come across. You could have been black, white, Chinese, Indian. Me compete here with the books. Me compete here with knowledge. Me compete here in the lab. Me compete here in the street. I compete here in the forest. I compete here anywhere. And I guarantee you, I'm going to take you off the timeline. This mind is like Christ. You can't move me. So you can only be jealous, envious, and act like you don't see the Christ return. You don't see the chosen ones who have done the real work. I have a timeline of my own. It's from 2000 I mark the timeline. It's from 2000 I have awards. I've been collecting awards everywhere I go. Accolades after accolades. I started it at 13 years old when I walk away from my mother's house. My mom and my sister, they have a bitter argument. I was 13 years old and my sister was only 9 years old. And she and my mom had a bitter argument. And my mom was 46 at the time. You see? And I was 13 years old. 46? Yeah, or 41, somewhere there. Or 42. 42. They had a bitter conversation. And when my little sister tried to disrespect my mother and I felt so ashamed in myself, I had to intervene as a bigger brother and spank her and said, do not speak to your mother like that. You see me doing that? And out of her disgust, she retaliated and she fired back a slap at me. And I said, wow, you're really getting out of hand. You're really getting out of order. You start to fire back, look at me. A little girl that I've been taking care of, she's a little toddler. I'm the one taking care of her, protecting her, feeding her. I'm the one who combed this little girl ear and sent her to school when my mother not combing her ear because she's too feisty and have no manners. That particular day I had to correct her properly. When I correct her properly, even her head hit into the wall. Even myself said, come on man, I can't even participate in this lifestyle. This is not me. That particular day, she came out of the house and went to the police station to report me. My sister, 9 years old, report her 12 or 13-year-old brother to the police. Police coming after me, I take away myself. That particular day I left home and I told my mom I will never come back. I have not gone back. This is how serious I'm about with anything I do. So people that I see out here, you are like tiny ants to me when I come to you with my light. I do things from a tender age and I'm serious about it. Discipline about my actions. This is why I talk the way I talk, I move the way I move, and I test people in integrity and I test their loyalty. And every time you're found wanting because you're not walking consciously. You're gapping. 2020, I saw all of you went down. Went down. 13 years pass. And another 13 years pass. I have not been home. I've been shifting. They thought I would be in the grave. They thought I would be in the prison cell. You know what happened? I went from school to school, college to college, university to university, conferences to conferences. I fly first class. I fly go all about the place. I finish one passport too. This little man right here, so without no money. I didn't do it with money. Scholarships after scholarships. They pay me. Even me get money for scoring A's. You see? Somebody tricked you and told you to pay for education. When education means bring out what is inside of you. What is inside of your DNA? Intelligence. You get intelligence from the sun. This is why it's important for you people to stay in the sun, and you can't do the sun. If you can't hold the sun, you can't contain my vibration. I will sit in the sun for the entire day, death before the sun, before I move. Can you hold that sort of energy and I teaching at the same time? No. I haven't met anybody like that on the timeline. Black or white or Chinese. You people are indoor beings. And that already rewire your neurochemistry and your physio-biochemistry of your body. Vitamin D synthesis via the sunlight takes a different epigenetic route from you going to from the pharmacy and taking synthetic vitamin D. I'm a scientist. I'm a chemist. I know what I'm talking about. I don't come out here to debate with nobody or have any argument. What I say is final. And if that is not final, please go do your next 20 years of research and meet me on the timeline for a conversation. You are not on my timeline. When I'm doing my work, you are drinking alcohol, having sex, wasting your time on 9 to 5, putting on all type of things on your body, lost, tossed, and driven. I was watching you, watching your mother, watching your father, watching your brother and your sister, watching your prime minister, everyone else. I'm marking the timeline to show you that you're going to get up later on and talk a bag of nonsense and didn't do the work. Didn't do none of that sort of work. You haven't done it. I've been on the timeline. You don't do no work. Brit Star. Welcome again, goddess. No work. I'm trying to remind them that the Pineal room is rebranding. Rebranding and going to another level. I'm no longer shifting with people who are not doing any work. I want to see 20 solid years of work. I have that to show you on the timeline. More than 20 years shifting minds. People out here who are 30 and I create their lifestyle for them. From they were tender ages. I want to see real work from people. And I'm still not yet in my 40s. Yeah? The oldest student that I've taught is 36 years old today. You see? The oldest student that I've taught in 2007, while I was 19 plus, is 36 today. I've done my work. You now need to prove your work on the timeline. I mentor so many students. Primary school, high school, university and college students. Mentored a lot. My energy I use and sprinkle on a lot of people. Right across the timeline. Acknowledge real light. At every level I dominate. Every level from I'm 60 years old. I don't try to pass exam. I dictate the result every time. When this man defend him exam, the professor said that's a true pass. You don't hear that very often from nobody. And this dissertation, when I defend my dissertation, it took 6 hours. 2.5 solid hours presenting and questioning. I was dragged, I was drilled, but I stood firm. Not one time this man laughed. And he has not laughed until today, because I will tell the story of exactly what happened. You made me this person, remember? When you try to force vaccinate me, you create a different light, a sharper one. Defy you and your system. You think I want Karen house and land? No, I just want to preserve this consciousness and this soul. So when I shift, I'm on a different timeline. You and your cities will fall with my consciousness. That's what the timeline I'm creating. You are not on any timeline. You are looped onto vaccine timeline. You loop with COVID-19. I'm Covel 33. The shift. Anything I do moving forward, that's how I earn. Regardless if I sell a CMOS in the street. Regardless if I build a garden. Or if I talk through my mouth. You will come and listen. Millions will come and listen because I've neutralized an academic timeline. I've gone from the ghetto from the street sides, and dominate high school, dominate college, dominate the UA. My most difficult program that I've ever done in my life is my bachelor's in chemistry degree at the University of the West Indies. That's when pressure was put onto my brain. Real true pressure. And when I survived that, everything else was cheese, cake. Everything was cake. Master's cake. PhD cake. These places only create human problem to make it seem like the work is difficult. No. Cakewalk. My bachelor's was the most difficult thing to do. And if you let me deny you in 2020 and part relationship, I'm going to be that public scientist. You see? I'm going to be that urban and community scientist. You see? I'm going to be that transdisciplinary practitioner. I'm going to be the youth mentor. I'm going to use my lifestyle. I'm going to use my story as my new career path. Yeah, there's none you will find that leave mommy's house at 13-year-old and become a PhD. Did not accept breaking from no man. Whether you're Chinese, white, Indian, no. Respect you right across the board. I don't take disrespect from no woman either. You could have big, fat, slim. I don't take disrespect from no woman. And no woman on the planet can claim that they are brighter than my bulb. I'm the brightest star in my mother's womb. And that's source darkness. You are wisdom. You can't compete my light. It's not going possible. You try it for the last 20 plus years. Many women try that. Only to get them emotion messed up and them panty drop. Don't try that with me. And I've shown men already. This type of man who is, he can do many things and still dominate academia, dominate in relationship, dominate in the street. I go anywhere. I can go into the rat hole and I can go where the White House is at. And I can still perform. I sleep in the rat hole with my friends. I have many friends who live in rat hole right now. Some of the dangerous men on the planet. I have access to them. I sleep with them. I reason with them. I know them still call me. And I can access the top professors them that love and respect me. And I can sit with them, have dinner with them, or even meet their family. I've done that over the years. That's a different type of being. That's a different type of man that you see around you and you're acting like he is just normal. No. No normal people is going to know predominantly white university and maintain a consciousness like he entered the university. It doesn't work like that. You see? Nature shit. Big up yourself. Brit Star, big up yourself. Alchemy, IG. Akeem IG, big up yourself. You see? I'm building. I'm rebranding. I'm restructuring. I've been upshifting since 2020. I've been meeting a lot of people on the timeline, observing their waves, observing the authenticity, assessing their soul vibration, the knowledge that they claim that they have in their head. How loud can you speak that into the world? How loud? You see me talk about Kalalu. You see me talk about a Kalalu video? Go look at the Kalalu video. Go look how a man vibrate knowledge with wisdom for a better understanding. Go look at it. Or if you don't see that one, go look at the next one for photosynthesis. Just simply sharing photosynthesis. Go vibrate that similar knowledge. Better you can do it too, but you have never done it. You have never gotten that, received that powerful impact. But you can do it too. It's just a monitoring spirit on most of you people. Trying to copy other people, but not walking your own path. I'm a Libra. I'm tired of saying it. The Libra is the rose man. And if you know anything about astrology and trees, the maple tree is the Libra tree. You see? This is why Covell studied the red maple. Covell McDermott carry red. McDermott has the word red inside of it. D-E-R-M-O-T. The D-E-R is in reverse, is red. You see? So I code my reality every time. I intentionally do things every time, regardless if you understand what is going on. I'm writing my own story. And you allow me to get to 33 and crown me with a PhD. Gave me no job, no access, nothing. You just graduate me and leave me like that. You know why that happened? He has his mind of his own. Nobody groomed him. Nobody break him. So they could push him wherever they want to. That was the reason why I graduate. And I was left alone. Nobody said, here is a job. Here is a connection. Go there. Nothing like that. Instead, when I make my own waves and create my own impact and start to do my own thing, here comes universities running, calling me, want to do interviews. This is how these people work. I don't work with media. I work with professor, real scientists, the ones who help me and mentor me and supervise me. I will work with those direct people. That is it. I don't waste energy. Real God on the timeline. I'm no capping. And anytime I say God, you reverberate it. God. Because you can't go through the ghetto with me and survive. You can't go to the top of the academic ladder if you come out of the ghetto. You're not going to make it. A whole heap of uno break in a college. A whole heap of uno never make it to high school. You're not brain strong so. You not have the power there. I'm going to watch the man them I live a pretty beautiful life. Them afraid for going in the street. Afraid of the ghetto. All the PhD them afraid for going in them community and build them own community. What you think? If you touch this flesh, all you have to do is read about greatness. Read about a man who said him a God in the plane. Christ return. All you have to do is read about in greatness. And know that the timeline bleed for true. A man walk what him said. You can't crucify him. Him a walking saint. Him a sage. Sage on the timeline. A man a walking path. Put mommy aside. No mommy can't say, that's my son and I school him and I prepare him. No. I make sure be the perfect example that you can do well. You can excel without mommy's estrogen over you. Mommy's confusion over you. Mommy's stress over you. You can go to the top of the academic ladder. You can go to the top of your career. You can go to the top of anything. You just need to block these people out of your mind and own your path. Many of you never have a path. Many of you on the timeline never ever consider that you need a part of your own. You come with 33 bones in your back, in your spine. And you are not conscious that every year you are opening up another portal. Another portal. And you are the Trinity. You got to open up this thing. You got to go up the spinal ladder 3 times. 3 times to 99. And open up these keys. And get into the heavens. This is a real life walk, you know. And as you walk consciously internally, it manifests outside. You know when people come into you trying to shift your consciousness. People come and try to cast spells on you. You know when people trying to trick you out of your power. You can see clearly. You can feel them from afar. 6 years I'm giving you my energy. 6 years I'm giving you my vibration. 6 years you're eating from my confidence and my bravery and acting because you come out of pandemic and people making noise. Hey, let me remind you, good man, your favorite them, your favorite people that you watch on the internet, your Dr. Umar Johnson them, they disappeared. March 2020 they disappeared. They disappeared April, May, June, July, August. It's way down in September, October. Dr. Umar Johnson appeared. Those days, I was in your community. I was loud on the internet with my CMAS when everybody was censored and scared to talk. I was the one who said no vaccine to me. And if you want to vaccinate me, debate me with the science publicly. I don't care who you be. And I still say that today. If you think that your vaccine and your technology and your science was accurate enough, debate me publicly. Make sure that you have a PhD in the sciences. Basic. I don't need to prepare. Nothing is there to debate. It's just all narratives. It's just all experiment and dysgenic experiment. People trying to create drugs by striking a 9/11 attack onto your vessel. These attacks with needles and all of these things on your body, they are called these are 111 attacks. Some place they call them 9/11 attacks, some place they call them 119 attacks. These are spiritual and physical as well as emotional attacks on your spirit body. People trying to get you to become triggered so they get emotional, so that you create chaos, so that they can feed off your energy. This is what they do everywhere. So if you master stillness, have a knowledge of self, turn these people into experiment. Laugh at them as they fall out of line. Because you warn them many times, you know. The bright light that is set on an hill, you sit still and learn. And if you act like you're running up all over the place like a mad ants, it tells me that my light is purging you. You still have a lot of work to do. Any moment me talk, you're going to be triggered. And if I was close to you, you don't want to stab me too, and me don't know you. That means that you need to go do your personal work. You have demons inside of your system. So when me talk, you're irritated, and me not sleep with you, and me not know you, and none of that sort of thing. Are people out there in the world triggered by people they see on the internet because words, a vibration, and it a DNA inside of you, and you're activating your light, your diamond codes them. It's your work you need to do. 6 years. You get 6 years of a PhD, 6 years of a scientist who come and level with you. Come down from heaven. Me come down from Pineal, right down in the street, we don't know. And I can't see none of them reaching a PhD and reach up in an academia and reach up to these white people, Chinese people and Indian people and say God is here. I don't see none of them do it all now. Whether you're Chinese, black, Indian, I don't see none of you get up from where you're at and go to the top of the academic ladder and warn them. Warn them. None of you don't do that. Every one of you take degree and go work. Every one of you take degree and go buy material stuff. None of you want to do your real soul work, your real community work, the real work for humanity. Everybody want house, car, and them something, the material stuff. And nobody don't want to turn on the light on the inside of your own vessel. 6 years me I tried and watch enough of you. And you not change your life. You not shift no paradigm. At least me not even feel no. You can't even consistently pour any energy into my Pineal portal. So that's me can say reciprocity maintain. You can't do it. Me can't thrive off of no survive off of anyone. Nothing me can do with it. Not even if it depend on you consistently share this thing until somebody have to listen to this. And it become household knowledge, it become a household system, and this man can sit and teach everything we learn from him at 6 up until him at 33. You don't act like you they are the university them with me, the college them with me. You need to sit still. You not poison yourself. I'm tired to talk to you, live in the wrong place them. You not do the things that will really keep you stuck. I shift my shift. I don't get myself caught up in nothing. I shift my shift on my own timeline. My own accords. That's how people should live consciously. Live in the moment. You live in fear and stress and lie and entertain people around you where you know I keep you heavy and dense. As you start showing me say you're dense, me let you go. You not vibrate. Me God in a plane. Me don't need to tell you that again. If me tell you something, zip mommy and put mommy one side. Who the fuck you think you be? Who you really think you be to me? You don't prove yourself to me, you know. That's why I'm not get that like that. You have to go in a university them and hold your dome. And if you pay for go to university, you lose your race. You lose your race and you are the source of knowledge. And you must bring that out of your DNA and show them out there. They will give you scholarship because they know how the game go. But you see, once you start pay, they know you don't find a part. Me never pay, not even high school, me not pay school fee. No matter how much me then take up microphone and call my name and shame me. The principal. I know me can't hear them call me at high school. I try to insult me. Because me not paying a school fee. Eh? Me still not paying none. Me not paying none. There's nothing inside of me tell me something to go pay. And I'm here to test and I go write in my brain. No me I try remember to put on paper. So I'm have to pay for that. You don't know how to reset the timeline. If you use me as the model, it have to reset. But if you don't use me as the model, then you still have to pay a school fee. You still have to do the same foolishness them. It will require so you have more responsibility, more accountability over your life and your children them life. Most of them have children and send them to school as daycare. We don't think of daycare, so we just want somewhere to keep on the children them. Thank God I have been a student of life and I've also got the experience to be a teacher. I'm still teaching. But I've taught in the classroom where many of your parents just send your children them to school like a daycare. Eh? And I have to correct them and fix them up and send them back a yard to come teach all uno lesson. That's how I deal with it. Send picnic a yard to teach them mother lesson. And send a message to come see me at school the next day too. But I'm showing you so I'm an idiot and I create the problem around here. Ignorant people not supposed to bear children. That is called breeding. Immature men not supposed to have children. Men with soft backbone, with the put in the spinal work, not supposed to have children. We're living in war times. And when you're living in war times, you only have children that will be fit for purpose. They can become doctors and lawyers, real warriors, farmers. All of these important things. You don't want no children that all them do are drink alcohol and smoke cigarette and do drugs and have sex and sleep. Those people will not get your generation out of anything called enslavement. You must be active, creating a timeline of your own drive, your own passion, your own direction. Or you don't have it, somebody should be there to guide you until you tap in. You people out here have some children. What you gonna do with them? You don't proud of your children them. Most of you have children. You're not proud of them. Instead you post your children and talk about the great things. You posting yourselves. And you're posting your same boring selves every day. Not doing anything seriously about your lives. Eh? Acting. 2020, lift the veil. That's what it means. 2020, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 in the alphabet is D. You're dumb? You're deaf? You can't let the spirit of dumb and deafness come over you. And that 2020 mean either you go and dive deep and upgrade your dome, or somebody go and dumb you and deaf you and then create a spiritual warfare in 2020. And if you not read the timeline, you just shut up and say, I want my job. And your frequency and vibration going to drop right back down in the sunken place. This is why I let go everything. Just to maintain the level of consciousness and confidence that I used to have when I grew up. Me never need money, me never need house, me never need nothing for that little piece of confidence that I did used to drive with and I shift with. All of a sudden somebody want to tell me say, me fi build credit score, me fi pay a mortgage, me fi pay for loan, me have family, me have all kind of things, and as a result, me must take one vaccine. Where that come from? Then remember myself when I have 12 years old, I never have none of them something there. I mean that hold my consciousness. So anything when I get by my way going forward, me fi still hold my consciousness. That is the message. No matter what happened to you, maintain your level of focus. Maintain your consciousness, maintain your attention. And my attention was always connected to source. Every time me I challenge anything, and me I talk to myself and my ancestors and God. Me never did I talk to a needle. Determined. You see? A level of consciousness is very important for us as individuals. Or else people will shift your consciousness with chicken. Shift your consciousness with vaccine. Intimidate you with all type of fear tactics. Because you think you want car and house and land. Me not have no car and house and land is something them want to deal with. Me not have them. And thousands of people are listening to me from 2020. Thousands after me look at my algorithm. Now me start repackage, rebrand my stuff them properly. So that's my energy just become loose energy. This talking alone supposed to value thousands of US dollars because you don't have no father, you can't use no mouth, you woman can't talk no wisdom. Wisdom turn off on you see the children them now, you see the miscarriage them, you see the abortion them, it means that wisdom is not coming online in these women out here. Somebody has to create the balance and talk the truth. God prepare me. God prepare me to make sure say none of you no come create a narrative out here so somebody still know what the divine feminine is because he embodied it in himself. You're not nurturing, you're not caring, you're not loving. Me there years I teach one paradigm shifting knowledge and you people who call yourself woman can't face me, can't grace me, can't build with me. It tell me that you are not up as yet. And I'm the brightest PhD on the planet right now. Eh? And I talk it out of my mouth. You can show me one next PhD who can dare if you say that. You not have that level of confidence there. You can't say it, you know, but you not have that level of confidence there because it will require you to do the work. And it's going to be lifelong. Can you hold out? Can you be like the Capricorn? Can you be in this thing for the long haul? That's the Capricorn spirit, you know. Sturdy around here. Immovable. They are for the long run. They are for the long haul light. That's the Capricorn energy, you know. Grounded. This is what knowledge is about. And this is what my life has been about. And everywhere I test people them out of them vibration. People acting. They don't know when somebody serious come around them. They don't even know people with real knowledge. All when I say some bachelor's here, you know, people. Some PhD here, people. Some master's here, my people. Some associate degree here. See CMAS them here when I make. See it here? And I make that CMAS in a pandemic when they lock you down and want to hurt you. See it here? And this me do and this me do and this me do and I come out here and help you. And I proclaim the work of God. And a money making thing. I work of God. You can't receive me. Until 6 years later, you can't receive me. You can't exchange no true energy with me. Me can't say you are the one who sustain Pineal room and make sure it's a Pineal room. Do the work of God out here. All of you are move like parasite. So I have to rebrand, restructure and shift my energy and my attention. And come back to you and say, clean up your energy. Purge yourself. Contribute the right way. And shift with a man who prove himself already. Me not try to prove myself. I am the living proof. That's why I show you my PhD. Them. I show you all my data where say I God in our planet. All my data say it. From she a 9-year-old. And someone who pick me at 9 and can't talk properly. Look at it now, man. I got that do it now, man. I'm the one when they start out when I go in our house where I want box. It dark like wow. No light not in there. Sometimes a lamp now no kerosene early night. You can't go in now no candle. I go in a place where I don't have electricity, I don't have water, I don't have dinner, I don't have nothing in food and a lifestyle. And that one day God prepared. And that one day we're holding vibrations right through. At him. At the Christ on the timeline. And them people are the chosen one. And there's some people where they start trick out themselves and when they see other light, them are going to recognize real light. None of you can't pass me one time I see you do them something there because you know what pressure me go through? You know what pressure me go through for build my dome, build my pineal, build my consciousness, get degrees? You think me good do all of that we can talk about is a school and work? And I see whole I sorcery them, I see whole I spell them, I see whole I hobby them what they have over uno. And uno go in a store them go buy lotion. And every lotion is a potion. I watch the whole of my people them I put spell upon themselves. With chemical in it and perfume in them, I call them lotion. The whole of them, they cancerous. I see them put all kind of things in them dome. All kind of oil, I see them put over on a dome so they're rich and wealthy. The whole of them, they turn down on consciousness and suffocate in the spirit over years. I stay with my coconut oil. You see, I stay with my natural stuff them. I not even know a lotion name. You see? I take time, tap into nature and use the natural stuff them. Only if you find out my people them under potion lotion. They anoint my people them head with the wrong oil. and look for my people them out here today. Then children they sick, them sick, the wombs they sick, the prostate them sick, men no confidence, women take man for fool out here so woman no want call out man no want call out now. Me give them a chance to come around me and then pretend. I go and use Uno as lectures. Every last one I know when I come around and I go around me thing. God come to now and I go like say, Uno think of Andrew Holness, Uno think of Donald Trump. A real creator God I work through my soul and the flesh drop. Not even fucking bury me, no one bury. Me cast every spell pan Uno will try bury me. Them money belongs in the mountains. Them flesh belongs in the forest. They don't have nothing to do with no fucking graveyard. And I can't do my thing like that. But do that to people and humble up with and like with. Me not dead so. The Pineal Portal is not about that. I'm a 369 shifter. I shift from 369 to 963. I come from the womb and I go to the pineal gland in the brain. I walk in my path. I'm not looping with narratives out here, so. I'm a scientist. I use the atom to assess life. Me use the atom to locate the wave. Me use science to better understand nature and better understand God. Me no need pastor. I don't need no pope. I don't need a mother. I don't need nothing but science and nature and God in me. I'm open up portals from me at 6 years old. Me in my district I teach big people to spell their name. Me I teach one of them, my peers them how to do maths. From me at 8-year-old, me bring me primary school go maths competition. I tell you before, I am the first one in my high school to pass CXC Maths and CXC Chemistry. I tell you again, in grade 11, my chemistry teacher was so upset in the class because nobody was paying attention to her while she teach out her soul. Something like what I've been do from 2020 right here, so. And she made a statement. In her wrath, she said, "You people not going anywhere and not much to expect from you people. The only person inside of this class that can replace me is Covell McDermott." I remember that day so clearly. Yes, I was the focus one at the class and everybody else just laughing and gabbling out about everything. Gallivant and Bassifla, and then fail the exams. It's the same thing we're doing with life. It's the same thing. Every test we get, we complain instead of coming plain. Life is a wave. Plan for the down. I throw and crest. Plan for the down times and come and prepare for your up times too. Why are you complaining? Nobody should say they have to sacrifice their body taking a vaccine so that they can go to work and all of that. Nothing goes like that. Your hive mind. Nothing goes like that. If all of you said no vaccine, the business cannot run. But because there is no coordinated mindset on a higher vibrational timeline, everybody have to loop in, we have to take it to save. Nothing goes like that. The moment you did that, you increase the numbers in the fear tactic game. And you make the dark forces winning like that. Nobody would do you anything if you refuse it. More than you just like me, I refuse it. Nobody did me anything. You did me something. Because you took it and go back to continue the narrative. You went back to continue the life that has been failing us. The same life that was never serving us. Everything that was prior to 2019 that we complain about, you brought it back when you took the vaccine. You said you're going back to that normal lifestyle. And we were always saying we have enough. We have had enough. We want a shift. I thought that the black woman, the black man, and everybody upon the planet would have shifted with this new timeline. People saying that they need to go back to work to buy food. Food? You think food is the most important thing on the planet? You got tricked. This man get to PhD without that thing called food. The more I starve my gut, the more my brain evolve. You heard of BDNF? Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This piece of protein that is produced inside your brain when you tap into starvation. The more you're hungry, man, and the more your body moves into an heightened response for you to go out there and hunt. You can't hunt with one low IQ. Hunting requires that you turn up all the sensory cells so that you can win. You can hunt and catch. So hunger is not a bad thing. Fasting is great. Neurogenesis. Even your gut upregulate. You need to stay thin like me. You need to stay thin like me. Trust me. Hope you sound and sharp and your gut work. Everything work properly. I don't know what trick you tell us you need food and fat and a life that are no winning. Your IQ is low. Your IQ is just like the stuff them where you eat. So everything you do, you choose the easiest. Every time you're in a school, woman do the easiest courses them. And anytime you reach that tough courses with woman, I pay a shortcut business. They want to talk to Professor Nice, they want to friend up everybody, they don't want to challenge themselves then time there. When you get difficult, you just do the right thing, you fall in line. When it get difficult, you challenge the system. You challenge your professor. And when you move your professor, just like what your Bible said. Just like what your Bible said, Jacob wrestled with one spirit of Pineal. Your Bible said, Jacob wrestled with one spirit at one place called Pineal and changed his name to Israel. And your Bible said it, you know. It's just a clue that on your path, you will be challenged. Your spirit will be challenged by many other spirits. Low vibrational spirit, high vibrational spirit. And you must consciously wrestle, overcome, and move on. It's just a common thing. Most of us don't want the challenge. So we go into university and we took the soft degrees. The softest of the softest degrees. The social science. The management. You call it some business. All of these things. When you come back into your community, you have no real use. I went and I studied trees. I studied soil. How can you apply that to your community? How can you apply trees and soil to your community? You're stupid for study trees and soil? Hey, this is where it all starts. Because if I ask you what is soil, you don't know. If I ask you what in the soil, you're only cherry picking, guessing. You don't know nothing about the soil. And if you look outside and look at the plant and see a tree, if you can see one, you don't know what is that tree species called. You don't know what is the ecological function. You don't know the environmental function. You don't know who put it there and why it was placed there. You see? You're just living into a space and you are ecologically unaware. Environmentally unconscious. This is why they poison the air. I gone to school and I studied environmental chemistry. I also studied air chemistry. I collect all the data that I wanted. I did what I needed to do to come back here. You see? I collect data on the soil, the water, the air, the plants, and even on people. I was a medical technologist. For years, I used to pull blood and measure the blood chemistry, measure venereal diseases. I work closely with doctors. I collect my data so that I can teach at this point in my life. And I've taught as a high school teacher from I was 19 plus. I've taught vulnerable girls. Girls that open up them leg in front of me want to get my attention. And I have to lock your leg. Disciplinarian now. I've taught baby man. And I've taught women grain, men grain. I've done my work because I was going to come back to you. And I don't want to hear any noise. I want you to sit still. And if you don't respect my knowledge, get your children to listen. It's better to listen to this PhD teacher, real teacher, who have gone into the institutions, than listen to a vibes cartel, a pseudo teacher, a fake teacher. These people are create teachers of crime and violence, teachers of material living. They are teachers of entertainment. I am the teacher of the spiritual walk. I teach you how to be the resilient man, woman. I teach you how to become like the Kalaloo. That's why I share the video, because I have a message for you. I teach you how to remain resolute. I remind you that you are source. Sit in stillness. That's where your wisdom will begin to shine as knowledge. And if you can't sit still because you're out of order as a woman, listen to a man who is disciplined one time in a life. Let him ground you in order, because your daddy did not do it. Not all fathers actually functional so they can bear girls, so they are emotionally healthy and can relate to men. This is why we live our chaos. This is why you go into the universities and you study the wrong thing. You're gone into college, you study the wrong thing. You're gone into the workplace, you're doing the wrong jobs. This is why you come out hormonally imbalanced, emotionally unstable. You feel like you're not accomplishing. You burn out. You come home pretty much to a lonely, boring lifestyle. And instead of accepting the reality, you call up your girl, another time waster. Or you gone out to have a drink. You do all these other things because you don't want to consult with your true self. And that's where growth begins. Along the journey, I see everybody doing it. Everybody doing it. They're just acting. You have a power inside of you. Real true power. And when you find your part, you start lift the veils then. You just start lift the veil. We are so veiled up. We are under spell. Sorcery. Dark spells have been placed upon us because somebody knew us more than us. They gave us names long before we were born and thought about. Names were put down for us. Ain't unique. Ain't unique, you know. They built every reality that you see we're using out there. We were just being waited to born so that we can get a name attached to us because it's there. It's all there. You just thinking that, oh, this thing is real that you are living. Oh, you need to turn up your consciousness a little bit more. And you realize that most of these things you're doing is by default. These are programs that you inherit from the womb. A matter of fact, from your father fire that lazy sperm with not much light inside of it. You know that it's going to be chaos. And if mommy don't sit still, and our first trimester is not ordered, and way before pregnancy she did not do her emotional healing work, don't expect the best child to be incubated by her womb. Stop it. We are practicing breeding. Breeding. We are not procreating. And when we talk about community development, when we talk about neighborhood development, my work that I do as an ecologist, your social data, your socio-economic data, that means your education, your job, your salary, how much children you have, all of that sort of data is put into my data set. And I process that to give you the data, the result that I'm teaching you now. It's called urban forestry. I can use a tree to say much about the place where you live. Say something about your socio-economic status. There's nothing that is hiding out here. You're properly being surveillanced. You just need to accept that you're being watched so you can now walk consciously. You don't need to be spooky about the things that you're doing anymore. Cameras are everywhere. Honestly. Everywhere you are being watched. So the more you start to walk consciously and intentionally and with purpose, the more powerful your alignment will be and the right things will come to you. Then your story will come. Now you will be able to speak and speak loudly because you're coming from source now. Don't talk and make noise. There's something specific for you to talk about. Every one of us have a specific assignment. Stop let them turn you into monitoring spirit. Stop let people use your energy. 2020, the universe pull you out. The universe call you home. Call you back to struggle. And struggle this time for righteousness. Struggle so that you can get back your soul consciousness. Even when somebody say you're homeless, is the homeless man going to teach something that the entire world under roofs have not heard? Can you not see that that's the time that we are in? The homeless man on the street, that's the man that you're watching on the internet. You don't see it is the man that you cast down in society. The peanut dread in Jamaica. These people that have wisdom. These are the people you're listening to, for entertainment, because your life is in shambles. You don't have real family. Men supposed to ice their women. Men supposed to speak powerfully about that stillness. Men supposed to speak about your wisdom. The way you make meals, the way you make bed, the way you clean your home, the way you move with poise. Men must talk about you. Talk about your lovely smile, your warming smile. Talk about you. I've not seen men talking about women and it fuck with my dome. Like, no value. You have a lot of value because I see it in science where I study. They experiment on your womb. They experiment on your babies. They experiment on anything that you produce that is of organic nature. It is from source that they build everything else. I have all that data. And you alone take yourself for granted. And if a man come around you with seriousness and you realize what is happening, you say him too controlling. Like what they say to me. I'm too controlling. Or why am I too controlling when I'm saying you're putting cream inside your head? You're destroying your brain cells and you're disrupting the hormones of your womb. You can't continue to put that cream inside the dome. I'm a chemist. I guarantee you cannot write the active ingredient on the board right now. I give you $10 billion or I kill myself. You can't do it. You are not prepared for me. You couldn't do it. It takes a different kind of woman to contain this type of light. This is why I'm telling you, women, you're not vibrating enough because you can't contain my light. You don't have the vessel, you don't have the container to hold my type of light. The moment I start to talk to you about truth, you got triggered. And I'm telling you, you're here on the planet to carry out a particular role. You're not just a breeder. You're not just here to breed and then give birth to pestilence, predator babies, people who become slaves, people who come out here and complain. Why is your womb products complaining? Why are the products of your womb chaotic? Why are we not making geniuses out here, my people? I'm just asking. Why we don't make genius babies? Everybody just get a youth and they're not happy after the youth born because they're not seeing nothing special. I read the Bible. And when King Herod heard that the Christ was born, the light of the world was born, he sent out his men with a message to unalive all boy babies under 2. That's how important your womb is. At any moment, you give birth to crises. You give birth to timeline shifters. You give birth to stars. You give birth to stars. Some things that come out of your womb have 5 parts to it. You call it head, 2 hand and 2 foot. 5 parts. Just like the stars them. A star, you carry the star from the cosmos to your womb. We are condensed light. Condensed light is melanin. Pure darkness. We are source darkness, the triple darkness. You don't need no other PhD to tell you that. You don't need a professor to tell you that. You don't need a pastor to tell you that. God prepared me to talk to you. Somebody who watched you from, he was young. I watched my mother from she was young, from she in a young stage. Every time I remember my mother always, in my young state, when my mother young, she always said she had 36. So I remember my mother stuck at that 36 something there. And she had me when she had 29. And me there road from me at 2+. Me there in the street I buy cigarette from my father. Your womb of power. Look in Jamaica. The population is decreasing in Jamaica. and Prime Minister and Minister of Health, they are all telling the people, population is on a decline, go have babies. We need babies. And I can remember clearly at the turn of 2001, 2002, 2003, it was abortion, 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 abortion. So many women were taking foul pill, chicken pill. Abortion, teenage pregnancy was through the roofs at the turn of the 2000. And as we approached 2030, ever since 2015, Jamaica population has been declining. 2015 until 2025, that's 10 years in decline. Women out here working, hunting for degrees. No community, no family. They said no man exists that is suitable for them to build with. I turn up, and none of these women are ready for my dome. None. None. Because you must be bright like me. And if you're not bright like me, it's time to zip up and let me build system, and you be a helpmate, and let me prove myself to the world. Yes, no black man can build anything that outlasts. No black man can prove themselves to some white man and Chinese man, because he can't build a system. And a system is family. Yes, you must have the ingredients of energy, frequency, and vibration in cosmic harmonic balance. If you can contain that trinity within yourself, energy, frequency, vibration, that's your first trinity that they talk about in the universe, in science, in religion, and in everything. The trinity that Nikola Tesla talk about. Energy, frequency, vibration. You must be able to can feel the energy. Know what type of vibration you have. Your vibrational signature is your identity. You see? And everybody have a consciousness, a spirit. That's your frequency. Everybody have a consciousness. This is why Christ consciousness came to us, to show us at the helm, at the pineal, at the top, what it should be like. It's nothing but a halo dome, a golden head. That's what they show you in pictures when the sun is over the head. Nothing but your brain. The whole place filled with light, enlightenment. You are like golden dome. You have a golden dome. I do have one. You must can feel that. So in 2020, when you're trying to vaccinate me, I feel my whole dome a upgrade. Like, what the fuck is happening to me when me supposed to talk about when my daughters them there, when my job there, when my car there, when me supposed to ask where all of my material stuff then gone. Me feel like my brain a upgrade. Everything a upgrade. So me see said the depression and the stress crack my pineal a little more. I make me see a little clearer. And all I want to do is to turn over and see the sun. So that's me can start again. Me dead in 2020. This is the rebirth. The pineal light. We don't fight for nothing. Me I prove myself to you. So me are the proof. So anything you put your mind to, you can achieve it. I did not get to the PhD level with mother, with father, with friends, nor with woman. In fact, I had to fight them off because they were the ones trying to stop me from getting to the top of my game. See? And this is what life is about. Even you right here are stopping your children because you want your children to do the things that you think is right. Yet you never walk your path. You never truly tap into your whole soul purpose. If I do an interview with any of you, I guarantee you I'm going to teach you something about you that you have not looked on all the time in your life. You see? We out here minding other people's business, and the moment they gave us cell phone and give us the internet, we stop walking our path. We stop doing things for ourselves. We want the phone to help us to do everything. That's the exchange, you know. The exchange in your intelligence, your wisdom, with a gadget that is not giving you anything real in exchange. It's an extraction. That is what is happening. That is what they are doing with these phones and the data system. They are building databases and data centers from your distraction. So I'm telling you, my people, wake up. Know thyself. Start to move on codes. Because the system is built on codes. The matrix is built on codes. In fact, your matrix is controlled by CERN. You hear about CERN? That's what govern and control and maintain your matrix. It is CERN. It's that CERN that the internet, your www dot, that's where it was coined. They control the waves that we experiences. Timelines are created at CERN by the Large Hydrogen Collider. You see the Shiva statue is there, right before CERN. This is why I make a CMOS. I make a CMOS and I call it Shiva Fire. I just want you to wake up to the timelines that we are in. So when you consume the CMOS, I said, you remember that CMOS that you consume called Shiva Fire? I just want you to know that the timeline has shifted. Go Google CERN and look at the statue that is in front of CERN. That's the god Shiva. He is the ultimate destroyer of timelines. Yes, and the recreation of timelines. They are telling you that you're on the Shiva time now. That's what it is about. So you have to walk like you are the Christ. You have to become the Mary Magdalene. You used to crucify the Mary Magdalene. You can't do that anymore. You have to lift the spells. Mary Magdalene is just the opposite to the Jesus. She walked her path too. That's the right brain hemisphere right there that you have crippled all your life. That's where the Mary Magdalene will come from. Accepting back the divine feminine. You have to tap back into the Isis wisdom. You got to tap back into the Sophia's wisdom. You got to tap back into the Aset wisdom. You got to go right back to the divine triple darkness source. You have to own up back your divine feminine. You can't just out here so just have everybody feeding from you, creating from you, experimenting on you. I can't believe they have 3,000 plus contraceptives for women. And most of these contraceptives have been targeting the black woman. I can't just sit back as a scientist, as a chemist, as a biologist, somebody who practices medical technology, and seeing so many women coming into these places unconscious. Don't challenge the system, don't challenge the doctors, just go along. So when I get into relationship, I realize why my system is not working. The woman is too gullible. She does not challenge the system out there. She only challenges the system in which you invite her to be a part of. So every woman who wants to talk down to me, I put her out there to the white man. Talk to the white man like that. And don't give me no argument, man. Just disrespect the white man like you're trying to do to me. And anyhow I talk to you, I can talk to a white woman out there like that. Or I can talk to millions of white women like that. So anyway you want to talk to me, be prepared to talk to the white man out there like that and call him out too. Yes, going into his workplace and do the same thing. I'm challenging you to do everything that you're doing to me to do it to the white man. Not one of you are able to pass me until this day. Yeah. And the way you treat your sisters, you women, the way you treat your sisters, rough up a white woman out there too. Come out of your car, man, and go page these white women, man. Get onto the system, the white system that you praise, attack the women too. And you'll see that your game is fake. You are on their side all along. And I'm the one who call you to walk your power this time. If you walk your power, you have to sacrifice that life and walk with people like me who talk loud. One life you live in, this one. Be serious about it. Be authentic